Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, and in today's video, I'll be previewing Sunday's matchup, Week 8, between the Commanders and the Bears. We're going to be at home, we're going to be wearing the All Blacks, should be a super fun game. Going to be talking about Jayden Daniels' newest injury update, going to be going over the final injury report for this week, going to be going over my keys to victories for both the offensive and defensive side of the ball, and I'll give you guys my final score prediction. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so if you could, hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. So today we got a lot of reports involving Jayden Daniels' injury. Let me tell y'all what happened when practice first started. So when practice first started, the quarterbacks were actually not on the outdoor fields, but they were instead in the bubbles, and that includes Jayden Daniels. So they were in the bubble, I guess, throwing the ball around a little bit, getting ready for practice. And when they came out of the bubble onto the practice field, Jayden Daniels was not among the four quarterbacks. Marcus Mariota, Jeff Driscoll, and Sam Hartman obviously walked out, but Jayden Daniels did not. And it was revealed later by Dan Quinn that he actually went back inside the facility to get more treatment done, to get more conditioning done, things of that nature. And at first, when it came out, the report came out, fans got a little worried, a little concerned that, he wasn't out there on the field. And reporters like Ian Rappaport tweeted out that Jayden Daniels is not practicing today, or not practicing today, but wasn't on the practice field when they were coming out of the bubble. So that's not a good sign. However, when Dan Quinn had his press conference, like I want to say maybe 30 minutes to an hour after that report came out, he said that Jayden Daniels actually did practice. There's an open media session and closed media session of practice. The open media session, media members can be out there taking videos, taking pictures, things of that nature. But when it's closed, because they close it because, they're running like 11v11, 7v7 drills, they don't want, them to put out the plays on Twitter and whatnot. So, that makes sense right there. But when it was closed, Jayden Daniels, he came back out onto the practice field and participated in 11v11 drills, full-on team drills. So he was limited today. However, they pushed him really hard today. Dan Quinn said it in his press conference. They pushed him really hard. He participated in team drills. So right now, he is most likely a true game time decision. He's questionable. Didn't practice these past 2 days, but was limited today. So it really, in my opinion, I don't know what to think at this point. Now, Jayden, he did talk to the media earlier today. And I'm not going to lie, he was kind of smiling. It looked like he was trying to keep it alive. I'm not going to lie. So maybe he does play. Like, there's a really good possibility, really good chance that he does play. However, he still could also not play. They pushed him really hard. Now he's got 48 hours. Well, they've got 48 hours to decide whether or not, he plays on Sunday against the Bears. And it's really all about how his body responds to, a day of practice, limited, a day of practice, thrown around, participating in full team drills. So, at this point, we'll see with Jayden. My keys to victory right now will kind of vary in this video, and y'all see it because we don't 100% know if Jayden will be playing on Sunday. If I had to guess, like I said, I'm still mixed right now. I'm still mixed. If we hear tomorrow from like a reporter like Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, that Jayden Daniels is most likely to go for Sunday's game, then, I will be much more confident in him playing on Sunday. Right now, I think I would say I'm more confident than I was yesterday and on Wednesday, because Jayden, he spoke to the media today. He sounded pretty happy. He was smiling. Dan Quinn, he sounded pretty confident in his press conference. So my level of optimism and confidence of him playing on Sunday is a lot more higher than it was over these past 2 days. However, still don't 100% know if he's going to play or not. And look, I'm not going to lie, it kind of does feel like Dan Quinn, AP, the staff, they're doing a little bit of gamesmanship with the way they've been handling the Jayden Daniels injury. And, I don't mind it, it kind of confuses the Bears. They have to game plan for both Mariota and Jayden, so it kind of confuses them, kind of doesn't tell them who exactly is going to start on Sunday. That's why they didn't, want to practice Jayden in front of the media, because the media can record clips and videos of him, practicing, and they could put that out there, and the Bears could kind of have more of an idea of who's going to be starting at us for quarterback on Sunday. But, hopefully Jayden can go. If not, and, this staff, Dan Quinn and his staff, they've shown that if a guy's not 100% healthy, or maybe not even 100% healthy, but if they're not themselves, then they're not going to put them out there. So that's what I love. They're not going to, risk any re-aggravation, of Jayden Daniels' injury. So if they feel like he's not playing like himself or not looking like himself in practices and walkthroughs, then they're not going to put him out there. So, that's my whole stance on the Jayden Daniels injury. Moving on to the rest of the injury report, Brandon Coleman, he's out. That's not a surprise. Hopefully he can return next week against the Giants. I think Cornelius Lucas, he should hold it down though. And then Dorrance Armstrong, he is questionable. I expect him to play. He was limited all week. That's really good. So I think we'll have him back on Sunday versus the Bears, and that will be huge because he is, in my opinion, our best pass rusher, in my opinion. And then everybody else, Tyler Biadasz, Cleveland Farrell, Dante Fowler, Nick Allegretti, De'Ami Brown, Emmanuel Forbes, Derek Forrest, Cornelius Lucas, and Tyler Owens, they will all be good to go for Sunday's game, so that's great news right there. Moving on to the Bears' injury report, and I'm not going to lie, they are missing out on Brisker and Gordon, which is really big news. That hurts them a lot. Brisker and Gordon, two of their best defenders in that young secondary, in that really good secondary with Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Kevin Byard. So, that's a really good secondary. So losing Brisker and Gordon for that game is really bad for them. Great for us, but bad for them. So could definitely take advantage of Brisker and Gordon being out. And then Larry Brown, Scott Daly, Travis Homer, Mercedes Lewis, Jacob Martin, Zach Pickens, Terrell Smith, and Tyreek Stevenson, they are all good to go for Sunday's game. Moving on to my keys to victory. You already know I start on the offensive side of the ball every week. Key to victory number 1, establish a run game. The Bears ranked 12th or 11th in rushing yards allowed per game with 112. They let Chuba Hubbard have a really nice running game on them, Kyren Williams, and I want to say one more running back as well. I want to check that real quick. But yeah, their run defense isn't the worst. It's 11th, so that's pretty solid. But, we can run the ball on them. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor actually also had over 100 on them. So Jonathan Taylor, Kyren Williams, and Chuba Hubbard, all three of them had a good game on the Bears' run defense. So we can definitely take advantage of that weakness on the Bears' defense. Like I said, it's not the worst run defense in the NFL, but also we can take advantage of it. And I heard a couple Bears fans say that their interior defensive line isn't weak. However, that's their weakness in the run game, sort of. They don't really do a great job of, stopping inside runs. So we have Brian Robinson, who is great at, running up the middle of the field. So, we have to take advantage of that weak run defense, get B-Rob involved. It was great to have him back last week, 12 carries, over 70 yards, and a touchdown. Want to see, Austin Eckler get involved. Jeremy McNichols, he's been really good as our running back 3 this season. So get our run game involved, and, especially, even if Jayden Daniels plays or not, getting the run game involved this week is going to be very important because that's who we are. We run the ball a lot every single week. It don't matter if it's working or not. And, against the Ravens, we kind of went away with that because that Ravens run defense is elite, but want to see us run the ball more and more because that's who we are. We run the ball no matter what. It wears a defense down, and it keeps a defense on it. So want to see us run the ball, even, if Jayden doesn't play. Even if Jayden doesn't play, Marcus Mariota, he's not the worst. Okay, he's not the worst quarterback, and I still feel like we have a chance with them. However, running the ball will definitely take some of the pressure off of Mariota to, make a play happen or things of that nature. So running the ball will be especially important in this game. Key to victory number 2, keep whoever is back there at quarterback clean, protected, and also protect the ball. Protecting the ball in this game is going to be very important because the Bears defense, man, they be taking the ball away, and they will be without Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Borden, which will hurt them a bit. However, they'll still be able to take away the ball. Their D-line gets after it, man. But before I get to them, their secondary, really good. Kevin Byard, he has an ability to take away the ball. Jalen Johnson, one of the best young cornerbacks in the NFL. Tyreek Stevenson, he can take the ball over as well. So, they be forcing turnovers. They got 7 on the season right now. Couple interceptions. I think a fumble or 2 as well. With Marcus Mariota, if he starts, he'll definitely, I feel like, give the Bears an opportunity to turn the ball over like maybe once or twice. And we can't have that because if he gives them the opportunity to do that, man, they gon' come up with that turnover, man. Like, if he throws an interception to a guy, they ain't going to drop it. They ain't going to catch that ball. So, the Bears defense is well coached in my opinion. They be flying around. They're physical. So we got to do a good job of, protecting the ball, not turning the ball over, and then protecting the QB, whoever it is, Jayden or Mariota, The Bears D-line, they be getting after. They got 18 sacks on the year. Montez Sweat, we already know he's been really good for them this year, really since last year, since he's gotten traded to them. He signed that big contract, obviously, $24.5 million a year. I want to say he has 2.5 sacks so far this season, which, isn't amazing. However, he has been getting double teamed a lot and yet has still been able to generate some pressure. And with him getting double teamed, it's, freed up some one-on-one opportunities with guys like, I want to say, Austin Booker and Javon Dexter. Javon Dexter has been a dog in the middle of that defense at defensive tackle, man. He's been really good for them this year. The presence of Montez Sweat definitely improves his play a whole lot because he's getting most of the attention, and then that allows Javon Dexter to eat up in the middle of that O-line. So, they got a good D-line. They got good linebackers, TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, and those guys can get after you. They like to run four. Well, they like to rush four. They don't really like to blitz a whole lot because they know their guys, Montez Sweat, Austin Booker, Javon Dexter. I forgot who their number 2 defensive tackle is. I want to say it is Bilal Nichols. Yeah, Bilal Nichols. They all be getting after it, so they don't feel the need to, rush or blitz a lot, rush 5, 6 a lot, because they have trust in their 4 main guys up front to create pressure. So, got to keep those guys clean. Well, you got to keep Jayden Daniels, Marcus Mariota clean, whoever starts there. Our O-line has done a great job this year. Andrew Wiley, Sam Cosmi, Cornelius Lucas, Brandon Coleman, he's going to be out, but he should be returning next week versus the Giants. Nick Allegretti and Tyler Biadasz, all those guys have been doing a great job this year, but this Sunday against the Bears will be a real test because their D-line is really freaking good. Their front 7 overall is really freaking good. So, key to victory number 2, protect whoever is under center Sunday. And the key to victory number 3, got to score points on this Bears defense and got to move the ball effectively and efficiently, which we've done so far throughout the season, throughout all of our games, really. Maybe besides the Bucks game week 1, we had trouble, obviously, but that was week 1. Besides the Bucks game, man, we've done a tremendous job of moving the ball on teams, man. We're averaging 31 points a game and close to 400 yards per game right now. That is incredible. So, I feel like we'll have the opportunities to move the ball on this Bears defense. And their defense, once again, it's really good. Probably the best defense we've gone up against so far this season. Well, we're going to go up against so far this season. We play the Steelers in a couple weeks, so, they'll be a tough challenge as well. But, that Bears defense is really good. They cover well. They, stop the run pretty well. Well, I mean, they're 11th in stopping the run, which isn't bad, but I do feel like we'll still be able to run the ball against them. But they get pressure on the quarterback. They take away the ball. They play physical. They play fast. So, they're going to be a challenge for sure. And with Jayden, I would feel much more confident. I'm still confident that we'll be able to move the ball with Marcus Mariota, especially since he came in the game early last week. If he came in the game like late last week, like maybe end of the 4th quarter or towards the end of the 4th quarter, then I would feel a lot less confident. But however, he came in early on in the 1st quarter when Jayden Daniels got injured, and he looked pretty good from the 2nd quarter and out. So I do have more confidence that Marcus Mariota will be able to do a good job of, playing against this Bears defense than if he came in the 4th quarter last week. Then I would be a lot less confident. But obviously, if Jayden Daniels, if we knew 100% he was going to play, and like I said, he still may play, but if we 100% knew that JD was going to play, then I would feel a lot more confident. But I still feel confident. Like Cliff, man, I know he's going to call some stuff up. I know he's going to do a great job of getting the ball to our weapons, to Terry, to Zach Ertz, to Diami. He's actually had not a bad season, in my opinion. Luke McCaffrey, I want to see him get more targets. Same with Ben Sinnott, Noah Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, Austin Eckler, B-Rob, Jerry McNichols. He's going to get the ball to all of our weapons. And it's Marcus Mariota's job to just be serviceable, just don't make a lot of mistakes, don't turn the ball over, don't put the ball in harm's way. And if he can do that, just be serviceable on Sunday against the Bears, then I feel like we have a really good chance of winning. So, yeah, we got to score the ball on the Bears defense, specifically touchdowns. Field goals are cool too, but, specifically touchdowns because that Bears offense is improving as well, which we'll get to in a second. But, score a lot of points, a good amount of points at least. This might be a more defensive game, but we shall see. So, score a decent amount of points, move the ball on them. Moving on to key to victory number 1 for the defensive side of the ball, stop the run game. We did a really good job of stopping the run versus Chuba Hubbard last week. Only had 17 carries. Well, 17 carries is a lot, but only had 50 yards and a touchdown, which was basically in garbage time. So you don't really have to count that. But we did a really good job of stopping that Panthers run game last week, and I feel like we have a good opportunity to stop the Bears run game. Although the Bears run game has looked better over the past couple weeks versus the Rams, Panthers, and Jaguars. DeAndre Swift, he's definitely started to get going a little bit. I know he has had 70 plus rushing yards average per game over the past 3 to 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure. So he's been starting to get going a little bit. The run game has been looking better over the past couple weeks. However, we did do a really good job against Chuba Hubbard, and I feel like if we can contain Chuba Hubbard, then we can certainly contain DeAndre Swift. You can say that DeAndre Swift is a little better, but Chuba Hubbard, he was looking really good before, our game, and he's still a good back. However, DeAndre Swift, he's pretty speedy. He has good speed in my opinion. He can make cuts, so, he can be dangerous. However, I have faith in our defense to stop the run game. Clelin Ferrell, he will be playing this week, which is really good. He's still dealing with that knee injury. However, he will be available for Sunday's game. He's really good at stopping the run. Deron Payne, he was good at stopping the run last week. Dorrance Armstrong, we're getting him back, which is really good. Dante Fowler, he's been a beast this season. Same with Frankie Louva and Bobby Wagner, who has been amazing at stopping the run so far this season, in my opinion. So, getting Clelin Ferrell back. Well, Clelin Ferrell, he played last week, but having him available for Sunday's game, dealing with that knee injury still is really good. And then getting Dorrance Armstrong back will help us out as well. So, key to victory number 1, let's stop the run. Key to victory number 2 for the defense, get pressure on Caleb. This is a very important key because we've seen throughout the season, and Caleb has gotten better every single week, especially over the past 3 to 4 weeks, really. But he's going to give you chances to take the ball over, man. He threw a really ugly interception against the Jaguars in London in week 6. I want to say he almost threw an interception versus the Panthers. And he's thrown ugly interceptions so far this season in general. And they've usually been, him trying to create something outside the pocket. And he's actually been really good outside the pocket this season. However, there were times where he tried to do it, and it just ended up resulting in an interception. And then there were some passes where he just overthrew a guy or underthrew the guy, like versus the Jaguars in London. He underthrew DJ Moore, and it resulted in an interception. That was a really ugly, pass interception because DJ Moore, he was open on that play, and, Caleb just underthrew him. So he will give you opportunities to take the ball over. So we need to get pressure on him in order to have him make some mistakes, and we're going to get to taking the ball over in key to victory number 3. But yeah, getting pressure on him will be really good because, we'll be able to take him down, obviously, for sacks, but also that's where the mistakes happen. Dorrance Armstrong is going to be good to have him back. Well, he's questionable right now, but he was limited all week, so I'm going to assume he will play, so it's good to have him back, most likely for Sunday's game. He will be really good when it comes to getting pressure on Caleb Williams. Dante Fowler, he's been a great pass rusher this season. And then Frankie Louva, he's been really good on situational pass rushing snaps. So we have the ability to create pressure on Caleb Williams. That Bears O-line isn't great either. So we have to create pressure on Caleb. And then my final key to victory for the defensive side of the ball, gonna make this one short and sweet. If ball is life, let's create turnovers. We did a great job of that last week. Dante Fowler with his pick 6 and Emmanuel Forbes with his interception as well. So, got to create more turnovers this week because, like I said a minute ago, Caleb Williams, he will give you opportunities to, catch an interception or two. He's been, I think, stripped a couple of times this season for fumbles as well. So, got to create pressure on him, and that will that will probably cause him to make some mistakes, and that's where we can get turnovers. So once again, ball is life. Let's create turnovers. Want to see Mikey Sanders still maybe get an interception this week. He was really good versus the Ravens and versus the Panthers last week. Emmanuel Forbes, maybe he gets another interception. Benjamin St-Juste, got to see you do some. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to see Benjamin St-Juste on Rome Odunze because of height. Mikey Sanders still on Keenan Allen. And then Noah Igbenogany on DJ Moore, because of the physicality there. And then Keenan Allen on Mikey Sanders still, or Mikey Sanders still on Keenan Allen because, they're both slot guys. Mikey Sanders still, he works in the box, the slot, and then Keenan Allen, he can move all over the field really on the outside and on the inside, but he's primarily on the inside, so that'll be a good matchup right there. But back to turnovers, could see Benjamin St. Juste get a turnover this week. Quan Martin, Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner. We shall see, but the ultimate goal is to create turnovers. Now for my final score prediction. It's a little weird because y'all see 2 right now. But if Jayden plays, if he doesn't play, I still got us winning this game. However, outcome a little bit different. If we play Jayden Daniels on Sunday, then I have us winning 28-24. I think our offense will be able to get going. We'll get good pressure on Caleb, force him to make some mistakes. I think we'll get an interception, maybe 2, create 2 or 3 turnovers, maybe 1. We shall see. But then we're going to do a really good job of moving the ball on that Bears defense and overall just play really good football, make it good enough plays, and ultimately win the game. And if Jayden plays, I feel like, he may not throw the ball a whole lot, maybe 20 to 25 times, maybe don't want to have him pass the ball a lot because with ribs injuries, if you pass the ball a lot or, your throwing motion could be affected a little bit with ribs injury. So, maybe not want to throw the ball with him a lot as he's still recovering from that ribs injury. However, I think our running game will be effective and efficient, and I think Cliff will have another good play calling game. And if Jayden doesn't play, I still think we'll win this game now, with Marcus Mariota. And Marcus Mariota isn't terrible. I still have confidence in him that if he does play, I feel like we can still win the game. However, I do have the outcome being a little bit different. Have us winning on an Austin Seibert game-winning field goal, 26-23. So those are my score predictions right there. Either way, I have us winning this game. Comment down below your score prediction, maybe your reasons why, and who you have winning this game. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so if you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been Keyshawn, and I'm out. Peace.